Okay. Guess I'm sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Uh, I am back live on the scene. We're located in Alexandria, Louisiana. We're on Watermark and Masonic Drive. Heavy police present. This site is manned by probation and parole as well as Alexandria Police Department. You do have drone in the air. Uh, all of MacArthur Drive is the traffic circle is shut down in all directions. Uh, you do have at least 30 to 40 police officers on our end at this time. Uh, they are saying, Alexandria Police Department, tactical vehicles are on scene. They're saying that they do have a search warrant and they're asking that the individual do come out with their hands up. They did say a name, but I was trying to get back online, so I missed the name that they did give. Uh, but again, heavy police presence. We're on the corner of Watermark and Masonic Drive. I do apologize for any inconvenience. Uh, my iPad did go dead, and I did not have a battery backup to keep power on that device. So we did have to change over to uh, another device. But the situation is still unfolding. Alexandria Police Department do say that they have a search warrant for a individual, uh, and they're asking that that individual do come out with their hands up. They say they just want to talk to the individual. No shots have been fired. Uh, Alexandria Fire Department, as well as ambulance provider, is on scene. Uh, our situation is about 3 blocks down in this direction of East uh, Masonic Drive. DOTD is out here as well, blocking traffic. Again, this incident stems from a search warrant trying to be issued by probation and parole. Alexandria Police Department is on the scene, assisting probation and parole to execute a search warrant. No shots have been fired. Um, and again, we do apologize for any delay in our footage, as well as any technical difficulties we might have had. Our prayers go out to all that's involved. Again, we want to thank the Alexandria Police Department as well as all law enforcement agencies for the hard work that they do, for the sacrifices that they make, and the families of every man, man and woman that is in law enforcement, as well as any emergency rescue personnel. And if somebody can give me a thumbs up or something like that, if you can hear the feed, I do hear uh, like some cutting or something taking place at this time. We do have drone overhead as well. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. There was no shooting. No shooting has occurred at this time. And we pray that no shooting will occur. They're asking the individual to go to the carport door and surrender. Nobody is wanting to hurt you, are the exact words that's being mentioned on the loudspeaker. And I do apologize if we have two lives going on at the same time, but I did have to kill all of my apps to get back in uh, to go live. Again, for all those who are just tuning in, all of the traffic circle is closed off. So if you're just getting off work, you might have to find an alternative route. We ask that you go down um, Masonic Drive or Jackson Street to come back around to get to your destination on MacArthur Drive or Masonic Drive. And we see that vehicles are cutting through the mall parking lot to get around. So that's your alternative route. We know that a search warrant was trying to be served on the individual. Uh, they seem to have barricaded themselves within a residence of the a residency of the 3800 block of Masonic Drive on the service road. No shots have been fired since we've been here, and we've been here for well over going on 2 hours now. They are, in short, uh, conveying the message that no one will hurt you. Please come out with your hands up underneath the carport. That is the message that's being given, uh, or the demands that's being given by Alexandria Police Department to the suspect inside. They did mention a name, but I did not catch it. No public information officer is on the scene. As soon as we get more information about this situation, we will update this post. What's happening now? They're continuing to ask the individual to come to the front underneath the carport with their hand up, and so for uh, nobody have came. Shirley Ford, are we frozen? Give me a thumbs up if y'all got clear footage. Someone, because we're not showing any delays on our end. Thank you. Again, we want to thank you, the viewers, for making us aware of situations that occur within our community. We do ask that if you see something, make sure you get to a safe location. Once you're at a safe location, please make sure that you take a picture or video. You can send that stuff to us anonymous to UrbanCast page. Uh, we will not reveal any of your information. And if we're able to get to that scene, we will get there as safely and as quickly as possible. Again, we want to thank the brave men and women in uniform for all the hard work that they do.
Hey, Steve, can you hear me?
I see you back with me.
Yeah, I've been back here. I was lurking for a little while.
Got you. I know we had
Yeah,
some technical difficulties.
I saw. Yeah, we apologize. You know, we certainly apologize for that. We had no earthly idea we'd be on the scene for over an hour and a half, going on 2 hours now, right?
We're going on 2 hours now.
And
Uh, I
somebody
usually
said,
have a backup charger and stuff in my vehicle, but I think it's in my camera bag, and I don't have that with me. But I need
okay,
more
what what
backup
percent
power packs.
what percentage are you on now?
Oh, I'm on my cell phone now, and I got just about a full charge on my cell
Oh,
phone.
okay, okay, good. Yes, you know, a lot of people are talking about this as a major a traffic alert here, that you know, a traffic flow problem, and we can't answer the reason why, other folk, but we are letting you know that if you are traveling south or north on MacArthur Drive, north or south on Masonic Drive, all of the traffic is blocked at the South Traffic Circle intersection. So if you're out there and you headed south home or north home or whatever, we would encourage you to make sure you find an alternate route. We don't have any estimates on how long the traffic will be blocked. Um, but what we can tell you is it is blocked at this point. And we do thank you guys for following us. We're going to try to get that information to you as soon as possible. But we also want to say thank you to those folk who, you know, who reached out to us and said, hey, we got an issue, a major issue here on South MacArthur, you know, and let us know that something was going on. And if we can, once we vet and make sure um, that is something really going on, you know, our promise is to the public to let you guys know as soon as we possibly can. Typically here in the city of Alexandria doesn't have a public information officer that typically is on scene. However, you know, they do answer questions as soon as they possibly can after an incident. It's a little different with some other law enforcement agencies here in central Louisiana. They do have public information officers that are on the scene. Again, we would look for, we would like to see much better transparency as well here in the city. However, uh, those folk that are in leadership, it's not a priority to them. So we can give you what we know at this point, and at this point, what we do know for sure is that the traffic is blocked off at the intersection and is due to um, probation and parole, Louisiana Department of Probation and Parole attempting to possibly serve a warrant to a house that's just north of the traffic circle, or right at the intersection of Weddermark Street.
And this was not a traffic stop. This was a warrant being served. Just to answer some of those comments.
Yeah. Okay.
And no shots have been fired.
I know a lot of people are saying, parents, we don't have any indication in this particular situation that it is a, you know, a minor or a young adult that is involved in this situation with the law enforcement agents. So we definitely can't say this is a parenting issue. Steve, I was just going through and looking at some of the comments.
Thank you.
All
You know it's bad when you got to put your glasses on your forehead to read the comments.
right.
Not to make light of the situation, but I think that's just a sign of older age.
Mm. Steve, you did say when you arrived there on the scene, it appeared that the law enforcement officers were actually talking to somebody.
Yes, when I arrived on the scene, they were talking to a female.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then later on, a male came down the road and said that he lived at that house. Uh, and they talked to both of those individuals. And then I don't know where they went, but they're no longer out here. Uh, but someone is believed to be in the house, and they're not just making, uh, just talking to, empty house. In some situations you go to, the individual is no longer in the house, but an individual is believed to be in the house from the information that they gathered from the individuals that they had detained or were questioning, because they were not detained. So they're not in the back of any units or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they were just trying to serve a search warrant.
There's a couple of questions. There's a couple of comments talking about there's only about 10 or 15 cars backed up out on MacArthur Drive right now. I have to, you know, disagree with you a little bit because I can see the traffic from where I am right now coming along Masonic Drive as it crosses over Lee Street, and it's not nice as far down, this far down. So I would
No,
imagine all of that traffic that would be heading into Pineville, coming from south of uh, of Alexandria on 71 and on 165, is
being diverted.
getting diverted through Lee Street, partially to Masonic as you get around the mall up there, and then coming around. And the same thing if that traffic is trying to travel south on North MacArthur Drive, traveling on down. I would imagine that's crazy as well. And if you could see that service road on the other side, I guess it would be relatively crazy as well. Yes, the circle is closed at this time.
You know, Jack, let's talk about the economic impacts that this situation uh, has caused to the local businesses in this area. That's a big economic impact to some of the restaurants as well as establishments in this area.
Oh yeah. No, no shots were fired. No,
No shots were fired.
not to our knowledge. No,
No, not since I've been on scene.
not since you've been on scene. Yeah, and Steve, I could just only imagine, the persons who stop by on their way home and they run right there into Albertsons, um, and or order food ahead and run into one of the restaurants right along that area, or anybody who's trying to get to that area don't know and get stuck in that traffic. It definitely has to be an economic impact.
Well, they can always count on us for making sure that they're updated and making sure that they get real time updated information.
Uh, That's true.
We do the
Miss
best
Haynes,
that we
what's
can.
going on? There is a Louisiana Department of Probation and Parole appeared to be serving a warrant to someone in a house just north of the South Traffic Circle, and it's been going on now, probably approaching 2 hours. Um, the service roads are not completely closed there, Miss Battles. They are partially open depending on which way you're coming from. But
It
the
looks like
entire,
it looks like they're turning, or they're able to turn on side of McAllister and
Mhm,
go out towards cut through the mall parking lot
mhm,
by Wendy's. That's North Mall Drive,
that's right.
and get out.
Okay. And on that far side, we're not able to get to the far
No.
side, to the South Masonic. And just as you enter that North MacArthur Drive, we can't really see what's going on over there. We do know that they are not going around the circle. They are probably diverting right at the power center onto that service road there to get around the circle. That's all coupled with the construction going on right there at the
Yeah.
at, on Masonic. If you're gonna come, if you got to get to Albertsons, we would suggest you get to Albertsons by coming through the mall, some way like that. Coming from the Walmart area, that area. If you just got to get to Walmart, not Walmart, but if you got to get to Albertsons to come from that Walmart area, you
Jack, what
cannot.
time is shift exchange?
Hmm.
What time is shift exchange? 6 or 7 with APD.
Sure, I guess in a situation like this, they don't. or
I know officers will be coming on pretty soon.
But it
Um,
looked like they probably already brought them on with as many units out there. They
you're
probably
right,
came on
Miss.
earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right.
Sade, we don't know if it's related to the recent shooting incidents and all of that kind of good stuff that's going on or not. Again, when it come down to public information coming out, um, if we didn't have the public that was engaged in making sure that we report, we wouldn't know it even happened. So I know we had a ton of questions pertaining to the incident that occurred on yesterday in the lower third area and Fourth Street area. A lot of people were concerned about there's safety concerns and different things of that nature. Um, um, they were concerned about that, and as it related to public safety. I can say, and we were working on an article to come out, but then this incident happened. I can say, speaking to the public information officer with Alexandria Police Department today, he definitely stressed that they didn't believe that it was any um, public safety concerns that were out there. So we definitely want to pass that on to the residents, because there was quite a few over in that southeast Alexandria area that were really, really, really concerned about that as an issue. They think it was an isolated incident, and the public information officer did clearly state that they are working that particular case aggressively. Mr. Fairbanks, actually, we have one person that's on the scene. There are drones in the air, so before we put somebody's name out incorrectly, we'll just not say the name at all. But we don't have a problem with repeating what's coming from public bodies. They haven't said anything here lately, so we haven't uh, been able to kind of deduce what they are saying.
And add to that, Jack, they
Hmm.
did say a name, but I
Hmm.
was in the process of trying to change over
Okay.
devices, and I
Okay.
did miss that name that was being said. But
Okay.
I only heard them say that name once,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked that individual to come to the carport
Mm-hmm.
uh, exit or to the carport door
Mm-hmm.
with their hands up. But I wasn't able to catch the name that they said,
Oh,
but
all
they
right.
did specify that uh, they do have a warrant
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yeah. Oh, no problem there, Mr. Fairbanks. We're good. We just want just make sure we won't we're not going to try to articulate something that we don't know to be factually true. But we definitely thank you for making sure. Steve, these comments are coming in so quick.
They really are.
Mm-hmm. If I wasn't in front of the laptop right now, I know it's hard for you to see it going through.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
my eyes. I'm missing my big old iPad.
Yeah, it is multiple agencies there on scene. APD appear to be taking lead at this time. It's Louisiana Department of Probation and Parole, along with Department of Transportation. I think there's even some sheriff department out there as well. But that appear to be the agencies that are on scene at this time.
And you also have Alexandria Fire Department and a ambulance provider as well on scene.
Okay. We don't have any indication that anyone is trying to cover up anything, but
They do have a 3 block radius blocked off on this end,
Hey,
but
Steve,
they
can you kind of give an update as to what happened from the point when you came up and bring us all up to speed real quick? That's somebody else.
got you.
All right.
So I guess that was about the 4 o'clock hour or somewhere near 4 o'clock. We did get a message to the page about a situation that was unfolding in the 3800 block of Masonic Drive. Uh, when we got on scene, at this time we had about 8 or 9 uh, probation and parole officers or units, unmarked units on the scene. Then APD officers start arriving as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, once we arrive, uh, probation and parole start running to their vehicle, grabbing their Kevlar APD came on scene. Uh, Next thing you know, uh, about 45 minutes into it, and they've been doing this running right here like they're doing now for a while. And that's just they do that when they're going to get behind the tactical vehicle. Uh, they do appear to have some type of mask in their hand. But once we did get on scene, they did push the area back. Uh, so we did move further back. Then that's when squad vehicles came. Then that's when we were notified that a warrant was trying to be issued uh, to an individual, and they have been asking that individual to come out with their hands up. When we first arrived on scene, the traffic circle on Masonic Drive was open, and then eventually they shut the whole traffic circle down.
Okay. SWAT is on the scene, right?
Yes, squad is on the
What
scene.
what what
Uh,
appear to be SWAT is on scene.
well, you have two Alexandria police tactical vehicles on
Okay.
scene,
All
and you
right.
do have some men and women in squat uh, attire, and those are Alexandria police uh, officers, uh, and I think it's multiple jurisdictions that make up squat. So I don't think all of them are just Alexandria Police Department. But as you can see, in all directions, you have police officers. So this house is completely surrounded.
Mm-hmm. Are the drones still in the air?
Drones are still in the air. You can hear them. They sound like weed eaters or something going off.
We do not work for APD. We work for the people of this community. You guys are the ones that let us know. If it was up to APD, APD wouldn't tell us a dang. I'm gonna try to remain. I'm gonna try to remain as quiet as I can. Say on no. And if it had to do something with this administration, we would have not a.
Look, we can't even get once we make public information requests, we still don't get that documentation.
Nah, we don't even get public information. Public information request on things that are considered standard, and this is the Jock Roy did say it was the council's decision.
Yeah. How you doing, Chief?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well in yourself?
Good,
Good
good. We,
deal.
we live?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, as you know, as you reported, we have
Pick up your
a
camera a little bit,
situation
Steve.
going on here
Steve, pick your camera.
with a barricaded suspect.
Hmm.
We have our negotiations ongoing, and we're doing everything we can to bring this to a peaceful surrender.
Thank you.
So, I'm going to ask you, though, in the interest of public safety, if we need to back out a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want anyone here to be harmed in any way. So we're going to move y'all on the other side of that Tahoe down there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank
Chief.
Can y'all go down here as well?
Go in a home? Yeah.
You can go in your home, but Mr. Shark, I'm gonna have to ask you to go down there as what, or you're not gonna be able to stand outside right here
Can it be company in your home?
in the interest of public safety.
Just asking.
So,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. I understand.
I didn't even know what was going on. I was
yeah.
in my bedroom.
No, let's go on the other side of this Tahoe down here.
Down there,
And
All right.
behind you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm sorry, man.
All right. Listen, I truly understand.
Do they know what was going on?
They're trying to issue a warrant.
That's all it really was. So,
We don't know.
Now is
Okay.
that they don't want the public to see what's actually going on, or what?
Uh, your guess is as
You're,
good as mine, but
you're certainly over the 25 feet of the of this new rule that was said
yeah.
that put in
And
place.
we were on private property when they came and asked us to
Yeah,
uh, move. So as you can tell with this administration,
It
rules
didn't
change.
want it didn't want the public to see what's
It,
going on.
it's about transparency
Yes, it is.
within our community.
Mhm.
So, but we did oblige and follow the requests. We don't usually get uh, the chief to come and
It's
give a
amazing.
statement.
Yeah, it's amazing. He even came out there, but again, he probably got the call from the administration and said, "Hey, you know, these guys are broadcasting what you guys are doing, and they don't want you to know what's actually going on." So that's probably what happened. It's a and in situations like this, Steve, the best thing to do, we fight the battle. And for those people who thinking we are out there along with them, we just want you guys to know what the hell is going on in our city. Let's not
That's
get
the
that.
bottom line.
Let's not get it twisted at all.
So you all heard what was going on. Uh, we were in a safe location on private property, and we were asked to vacate that area.
No, they didn't want the cameras on the situation.
That's lack of transparency.
Miss Finley, we're gonna hold you to that. No, Mr. Devereaux, they don't want us to know. They do not want the public to know what's going on. That's not, and it's not necessarily. Although that was the chief of police that was there, the chief of police followed the orders that comes from the administration. The administration is the one that's making the decision to withhold information, but the information that is being withheld at this point is not only information on a scene that's being withheld. What's even worse than that is actually what happens in the council meetings every 2 weeks. Uh, the, 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 the the administration has directed the council not to even disseminate other than the agenda. That is the only thing that the administration is actually allowing to be shown to the public. For the last 7 years, since I've been tracking this information, all I had to do is pick up the phone, make an email, and request the additional documentation. So this problem that we are running into right now is much wider than what you guys think, not just on this scene, but perhaps the reason why on this scene is going on, we got the opportunity to let you guys know that it's not just this, it's the money that's being spent. Like on yesterday, there were two items on the agenda. One dealing with uniforms with the high dollar value associated with it. It was another one dealing with the old Wise and Gold Ring building in downtown Alexandria. The people deserve to know how their monies are being spent. However, this administration and this council does not seem to think that that is really important. Again, I encourage all of you guys, and this is not a political thing. This is just this is a civic engagement thing. The people deserve the right to know what's going on with their government, not the folk in charge's government, but our government. We deserve to know. And the only way that we can demand that we actually know what's going on is for us to begin attending the Alexandria City Council meeting. Because I can tell you the other governing bodies that are here in Rapides Parish, i.e. the Rapides Parish School Board, the City of Ball, the City of Pineville, the City of Bunkie, any of these bodies, if you pick up the phone and say, hey, I need the supporting documents that go along with the agenda, these bodies readily get that information to you ASAP. The City of Alexandria, you never know what you're going to get. And that is the honest to God truth, and it's been going on for the last 4 council meetings.
And with that being said, Jack, you can email your councilman at large as well as your council men and women. And I've been told that they don't know what's going on, that they don't get supporting documents before they vote on them,
Well, how the
and
hell can
stuff
they
like that.
vote on something, Steve? I just don't buy that. because
I,
it
I
how do, I would refuse. I would abstain from voting if I don't have the supporting document to do it. So
well,
even
they're
if,
so smart that they're dumb.
yeah,
Yeah, I said it. And I'm actually feeling some type of way for the chief to come on private property and to ask me to move off of private property.
mhm,
We did obey his request when we were on public property, uh, when they said that we were too close to the scene. But
right.
for him to come on private property and ask for a media organization to move, uh, it's
Well,
just asinine and ridiculous.
Well, not only that, I could see if you're in imminent danger, if they getting ready to go in and gunfire might be used or something like that. That's a good idea to move us out of the way. But just to move us out of the way to prevent people from seeing what the hell is going on in their city, what their public servants are doing, that's a whole different conversation right there.
And I did position myself in a safe situation where I was nowhere in harm's way. I was behind a brick house and behind a vehicle uh, and away from all windows of the house that they were trying to serve the warrant at. You know,
Right, right. It's completely asinine. It really is. It is. But you know what, Steve? I think these viewers who are with us right now, they saw it in action. We can talk about it. A lot of times we're talking about it. I know we've been writing about it. About the information that's being withheld from the community. Well, you know what? I'm glad we are live right now. God works in mysterious ways.
and we will stay live. In its entirety.
Hmm. Yeah, for all of you guys who are saying, telling us, we concur with you on that. We appreciate this private support. But what we also need for you guys to do is to plan on hitting that next city council meeting and begin to ask these questions. If you can't, just start sending emails to these suckers. We post their information up all the time. Send an email to them, demand answers as to what's going on in our city. Because right now we don't know anything that's going on, and it's a shame. But I'm kind of glad it. Like I say, God works in mysterious ways, and I'm glad we had an opportunity to see it in action right here.
And just an update on how many officers are out here uh, between Alexandria Police Department and probation and parole. On the east side of Masonic Drive, I counted at least 35 vehicles. I don't know what's on the other side,
You
the
know, Steve,
west side.
I hate to cut. I'm being a little rude
Go
right
ahead.
now, but I'm gonna be a little rude. This operation was going on for damn near 2 hours, and 24 minutes ago we posted up a traffic advisory on the Alexandria Police Department's Facebook page. That shows you just how inefficient, ineffective this whole administration is when it comes to public information pertaining to people's safety and their security. And it is unsafe for people to have to get off on the unbeaten path. But it was just 24 minutes ago when they posted information pertaining to it. It's unexcusable.
I think the only reason they did that because they were watching and they felt the pressure.
Mm. Yeah, some of these affluent people had to see something that was going on and say it.
You said it better than I could have
Yeah,
because it happened in our community on a daily basis.
daily basis. Sade, that's something new. When did they start making people move? It's something really new. We're just gonna have to invest in some telephoto lenses or something.
You know, Jack, what we're gonna have to do is start taking on advertisers, so we can buy some of that stuff. So if you're looking for
Yeah,
effective advertising,
yeah,
go ahead
and,
and get.
you know, and you know, a lot of people always tell us we're doing a good job. Okay, it's time, businesses. You see what you see all of the money that you put into some of these other
Ineffective
organizations.
advertisement.
Is that what you call it? Let's be nice and professional here, Steve.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I got caught up in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, it is. I think this one says it all. Steve, you might want to give a quick update. I'm gonna mute me right for a few seconds and make a phone call.
All right, I was replying to a post, but I can give you an update. Listen, we're on the corner of Masonic and uh, Watermark, located in Alexandria, Louisiana. Probation and parole was trying to issue a warrant to a house in the 3800 block of Masonic Drive. Uh, that individual refused to come out. Alexandria Police Department, along with probation and parole, are on the scene. SWAT vehicles did make contact, arrived on scene. Uh, at one point in time, the traffic circle was open. Traffic circle is closed in all directions. You do have Alexandria Police, as well as probation and parole, Alexandria Fire Department, and a paramedic provider on scene. You do have at least 35 officers on this side, which is the east side of Masonic Drive. I don't know how many officers on the west side. We know we do have three block radius blocked off on our side from Watermark all the way down to National Tire. Uh, so we do know that Alexandria Police Department is asking the individual to come out with their hands up. We do have drones on the scene as well. Uh, they are asking the individual to come out uh, underneath the carport. We were in a safe location, and Chief Grimion did come and ask us to go three houses down behind Cruiser. Uh, and that's what we know to be factual at this time. It don't appear that they breached the house uh, at this time. and we don't know if this situation have anything to do with the situation that happened on Third Street on yesterday, or Fourth Street on yesterday. We would just be speculating if we did make a comment to that. But we did reach out to the public information officer earlier today, and he said that the public was not at any in any harm's way or in danger uh, pertaining to that situation that occurred on yesterday. And we can still hear uh, Alexandria Police Department on the loudspeaker making contact with the individual. We want to thank all our UrbanCast viewers for tuning in with us, for sharing this post, for being patient with us. We thank you, and we can't do this without you guys. And we are aware that a stray bullet don't have any names on them, but we were in a situation that was shielded ourselves from any vantage points of the shooter. Uh, so we were behind a brick wall. We do have APD officers extending their perimeter. Uh, Again, we want to thank the brave men and women for all the hard work that they do, for all the sacrifices that they make. Our prayers go out to them and their family. It's the small things with Alexandria Police Department, as well as any other law enforcement agencies. You know, these some of these men and women been out here for 2+ hours, and just the fact that they're in all this gear, uh, little to no water. Uh, we just want to thank them and their family at this time.
Hey, Steve, I'm back.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm gonna come out on the scene somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna come by. I just
Yeah,
had a call.
if you're gonna come down, turn by Cabrini on the.
Was that a was that a gun or
I don't
something?
know if that was a gun or something, but it scared the hell out of me. I
So
don't
you
know if
hear
that's a assault, a flashbang, or something like that.
something like
But
that?
But if you're trying to get here, Jack, you're gonna have to turn
No,
on the backside.
I was going to try to kind of go a different angle and just show
I'm
folks how the traffic is backed up. I was just going to
what
go right around and just.
the way you can do that. That's what I'm trying to tell you is go on the backside of Cabrini,
Hmm.
on Prescott, where the backside of the hospital is, and you
Hmm.
can, as you begin to get down this way, you can look at some of those side roads and see.
Hmm. So that could have been what they were getting ready to do just then, Steve. If they were throwing them that tear gas up in there, and then shots would have been flying and things of that nature. You know, they didn't want nobody to get hurt. So maybe that maybe that's what was going on. But at any rate, I got my point across about the hiding of information to the citizens of Alexandria. I just want to be 100% clear. I do understand what they're doing, but you can be a little bit more transparent with the public, and the public would begin to trust you a little bit more as well. I apologize, Steve.
Hmm. No reason to apologize to me. We can't zoom in with the software that we're using. This is the closest we can get. Uh,
You know what though, Steve? You can. You can. If you go to
more.
if you go to more and when you get to the camera, you're on your phone, right?
I'm on my phone.
Yeah. You can move to the triple camera telephoto.
Under settings,
Yeah. So if y'all just
camera.
bear with him a few seconds, he's gonna switch the camera, but then you're gonna have to be really steady, Steve.
I'm on triple back triple camera.
Yep. Thank y'all for asking us that. Look at Rashida O'Connor said, Steve, steady hand, Steve.
Listen, at this point in time, I'm gonna have to get a damn tripod. I'm just letting you know. I can only be steady after two hours of holding the device.
I'll be right back, man.
That was it was some kind of uh, flashbang or some kind of uh, we just we just heard some two shots. They don't appear to be gunshots. They appear to be some type of maybe tear gas or flashbangs or something of that nature. That was another one.
Any movements
Uh, no movement. They're coming from several different directions with the
with the banging?
bangs. Passenger side.
Oh, I'm saying the people who was shooting, was they even shooting at him? They might not even been shooting at him. He might just went past somebody and got shot. Stupid as these people is.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Still no sound. Hello? Hello? Okay. I got sound again? Thank you. I'm sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. We do have sound. What you missed is a couple of those flashbangs or whatever went off again, about three or four of them. We do apologize for the inconvenience, uh, but at this time, they're still making commands for the individual to come out with their hands up underneath the carport area. No, this all the battery I got left. So whatever I have left on my phone is it. My iPad dead. So hopefully we get some backup power soon. We do have drones still in the air. I'm glad y'all can hear us again. You're welcome. Uh, yeah, you know, I thought I had some battery packs in the truck. Let me check actually and see if I got a battery pack in here. Nope, no battery pack. Thank you.
Hey, Steve, I'm en route to McAllister's. McAllister's.
Got you. So you can catch it from that vantage point. That'll
Uh-huh.
be a good one. Uh, Jack, if you really want to, if you go to the daiquiri place, it got an upstairs, and you got people
Uh-huh.
sitting upstairs at the daiquiri
Oh, okay.
place.
But can I get
So
there? Because I thought you had told
what
me.
what you will have to do is probably park at McAllister's on that side
Uh,
road and walk to the
uh-huh.
daiquiri place. But you do have people on the second floor of the daiquiri place, and that's a good vantage point that I can see that people
Okay,
are on.
all right. So I'm gonna be headed over there and go into that loud noise again. So I'll be
Yeah.
headed there, and I got my tripod with me as well.
Oh, so you want to cheat and bring your tripod?
every time I leave, I had a tripod with me when I leave. So I have a steady hand. I won't have nobody fussing at me about a steady hand. Oh
uh,
wow,
those bangs are getting
wow.
more uh, occurring more frequently now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they'll be entering uh, that resident pretty soon. The commands are come to the carport door with your hands up. The drones are still in the air. I just want y'all to know Jack won't be able to make it to this location to get me a charger. So
Oh, I ain't gonna be able to get over there, huh?
I know you ain't. That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna be able to make it where I'm at to get me a charger. So
What kind of power are you looking at right now?
I don't know, but this is what I'm finna do. I'm finna ask this nice lady to see if do you have a C charger? Can you plug this in your house for me, please? Yes, sir. I sure can. Thank you, ma'am. I got the iPad going to a charger. Thanks to all the
Oh,
neighbors over here. We want to give Watermark, the residents on Watermark, a shout out for plugging the iPad in so we can get some power.
Somebody said we need to invest in some more batteries. Tell them we are. We are.
You know, this is not a laughing situation, but we have to find humor in everything that we do.
On a real note, we do.
Because just to be honest with you, I've been having to go to the bathroom for at least an hour now.
And you can't carry a portable one of them, can you?
I can't
Maybe
ca-
once I go live, Steve,
I
I'll be
can't
able to
carry a
use
unit
mine.
with me. You got too many police out here. They'll get me for a decent exposure.
Yeah. You know, and after we just got to talking about Mr. Roy and full disclosure of information and non-disclosure and all of that kind of good stuff, I'm pretty sure we
They'll
on his
hit,
attack list.
yeah, he'll hit us with everything.
Yeah, you're gonna go to our bosses too, you know. But Steve, on a real note, the First Amendment is nothing to play with. We get into public meetings, and the first thing we do is we pledge allegiance to the flag, and the first one is the First Amendment to the Constitution, and it says that the people, should know what's going on, and that's why we have what's called a free press. Press shouldn't be waiting on a government organization to tell it what to do. Yes, T. This traffic coming through the mall parking lot right now is crazy, 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 crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, on that real note, that freedom of information is not a joke. Look, I feel like I'm at the Galleria in Houston with the traffic coming through this mall.
I think that's the most action in the modern scene in a
I
mighty
ain't
long
never
time.
seen it's been since the late '80s, early '90s that I've ever seen this kind of traffic in the mall parking lot. That's mental. She said, Dacker Center. That's where I need to be. Wow, still need.
Is that backed up?
Yeah, bro.
That's all that MacArthur Drive traffic cutting through there.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's no longer called D&J Tire. It's National Tire. But yes, that's the location. It used to be called D&J Tire.
Hey, Steve, I'm gonna be back shortly. All right.
Jack, last time you went missing, my sound disappeared. So don't be.
I
eh,
think your thumb. I think your thumb hit.
no, sir. No,
I think your.
sir. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one.
All right. All right.
All right.
Look. We got other media out here now. All right. I'm getting ready to go
Yes,
get
sir.
set
Now,
up.
if I lose my volume, it's on you.
It's on me. Look, man. I'm I tell you what.
Go ahead and do what you got to do.
I'm not gonna even. I'm not gonna touch
I'm
it.
surprised.
I'm going
Wait,
to.
wait. You asked about my phone, my battery percentage. You've been at the house. What's your battery percentage? Because you know you
I'm
ride
at
on
I'm
empty.
I'm at 90. I'm at 94% right now. Is
Man,
where I
I'm
am.
proud. I'm proud of you.
All right. All right. How y'all doing? Oh, we're here. We've been here the whole time.
How long have you been here?
Ooh, it's probably about 2 o'clock. About 2.
So he didn't kill some women.
Yeah, we're 3 hours into it. Going on.
You serious?
They say it was all in the mouth.
It was probably up under the comments because there's been a lot of comments.
And be like,
I don't know.
I know it ain't mixed with, um, it ain't mixed with Thursday. Why would he even say that?
Who's that?
Your other boy,
He didn't say that.
he say he don't know if it was mixed with it or not.
No, no, we were answering questions.
Oh,
Oh, we were answering questions. We
I,
don't, we don't.
I like the way you talk. He studied. He don't know what he doing.
Well, we can't. Look. We got. There's so much of stuff going on in this place right now.
But you know what? You know what I found? See, Jack Warren them. They need to do better. All these unsolved murders you have, and they started shooting up each other every day.
With I'm live right now, so somebody can hear you.
Oh Lord. Hello.
Until I heard it too.
Look, and Steve say he heard you too.
Well, tell him stop chopping his words up and just say what he got to say.
Let me tell you,
Huh?
tell her
Huh?
she wouldn't want our job because when you try to dissect all this information and try to put it out to the public, it's
Yeah,
not as easy as it looks. But we thank her
Uh,
for her feedback and thank her for tuning in to Urbancast.
I always tune in, and when you see me, I see you parked in Dollar Tree, I'm gonna come tell you who I am, and you gonna call
Sounds
our land.
good.
hey, Steve. You know what I say?
You see,
I say iron sharpens iron, brother.
yeah, you see me wave. You see me waving. I see a white shirt. I'm directly in front of that white shirt by a tree.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I'm out here.
You know, they got all this area blocked off for a reason.
Oh, you blocked right here?
Well, I mean, they don't want anybody on the road here because if this guy comes out and starts shooting, the
Uh-huh.
bullets are going to come this way. So I'm
Right.
just letting y'all know that's why we have this blocked off. And I know people don't understand it, and we can't tell everybody that
So
comes
where's
by.
your limit?
I mean, you're okay here, but I'm
Oh.
just warning you
Oh,
that
okay.
that's why the police
I'll
blocked all this off.
Oh, okay.
Because they're worried if this guy's crazy enough to come out. They don't know if he's armed.
All right.
You know, I'm trying to let everybody know. And I
Oh,
know y'all
okay.
don't
I just want to
get
make
it.
sure that
You're
we're.
okay. I mean, but I'm just warning you that that's why they block it.
Yeah.
That's why they shut down the traffic circle. Because if it turns into a shootout,
Uh huh.
it's not gonna be
No,
pretty.
no, no.
So,
We just wanted to
okay.
make sure we're following. All right. Steve, you there?
You caught more heat than I caught.
If the bullies start shooting, they'll come. If he come out shoot, he'll come shoot. That's why it's blocked out. The road's not blocked out. He blocked that road off. He was just mad. He got to know that. He ain't come over here and say nothing to us. That's when he came over. Mhm. Huh? No, man. He say if they start shooting this way, the bullets will come this way if the guy come out shoot. But if he come out shoot, he got to shoot all them police that's standing there first. I ain't finna argue with.
I hope you guys can continue to hear me. Again, we're located in Alexandria, Louisiana. We're on right at a 4 hour standoff on Masonic Drive in Alexandria, Louisiana. We're actually on Watermark Street. Uh, the individual is barricaded himself in a house in the 3800 block of Masonic Drive. Uh,
Listen.
Alexandria Police Department, as well as probation and parole, are on the scene, as well as Alexandria Police Fire Department and DOTD, as well as a paramedic provider is on scene. A couple of flashbangs went off. We would count at least 15 to 20 flashbangs that went off. And the demands are that the individual come to the door underneath the carport with his hands up and surrender. You do have
Steve
a couple of drones in
down
the
that
air.
street right there. He's down that street.
So, okay, so he coming out the house now, surrender. That's what he's saying.
No, that's not what I said. I
Okay,
said
repeat it then.
I said that they're asking the individual to come out the house with his hands up and surrender. But
Okay.
the individual has not done that at this time.
I hope he come out and let it be a peaceful race.
We do hear some loud bangs as though they're trying to uh, take down a back door or something.
So the house, Steve, the house, you know
The
what?
house is the
From
second house. The second house on it would be your left. I do hear
no,
some commands. I think they done breached the house from the back door.
the house that you were at first, Steve, was that house that's on the first house on that's on Wettermark, right? You were standing
Hold
up
on,
under
hold on,
that
hold on,
carport.
hold on. I'm trying to listen to the commands.
All right.
It's not the brick house. It's that gray house, if I'm not mistaken in color.
Okay, so it's the second house along
The second house. Correct.
the second house along the service road.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, and that would be the one that's right by that dentist shop that's over there, right?
It sounded like they breached or gained access to the inside of the house. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure, but
Mm-hmm.
I did hear some banging, like they had something to knock the back door down.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not hear any commands being issued at this time.
Okay. Yeah, Steve, we come, from where we are right now, I'm coming from a somewhat of a different angle from when we were
Oh, I can
here.
see you now.
Huh?
I see you now.
I'm
Wait, you
I'm
coming
I'm
from?
right. I'm right in Aspen Dental's parking lot.
Oh, you moved. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got you.
yeah, yeah. I'm across the highway.
Okay,
Yeah, and from what I can see from this angle, see, it looks like on MacArthur Drive, the traffic that would be traveling south from North MacArthur Drive is allowing to be, they're allowing it to actually go around the traffic circle from right here. I know you couldn't see that, but I can from this vantage point that I'm in at this point.
got you.
Um, And so if anybody else is, traveling in this area, there's no traffic traveling north from, South MacArthur coming up through MacArthur Drive. That's all completely blocked off. The same way with Masonic Drive over here, right where Aspen Dental and the daiquiri shop is located. There's no traffic over here in this area. The service road is blocked off right here at the daiquiri shop. Um, and all the way up to that little turn to get back onto Masonic Drive. So you can, there's a state, I look like either Louisiana Department of Transportation vehicle or a state trooper. But as you can see, I'm gonna pan slowly so folk can actually kind of get a feel for what's going on out here in this area. You can just see how many law enforcement agencies are out here and other public responders. I mean, they're straight all the way down to where Myron Lawson State Farm is actually located. And as you can see, the where the traffic is actually blocked off on MacArthur, I mean on Masonic from this area.
Now, Jack, I did think that they had made entrance to the house,
Uh-huh.
but I still hear commands being issued.
Mm-hmm.
The drone did fly low, up right above the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
the drone
so
is
I,
one block away from you right now. They're like they're bringing one of them down. So at the very next street over, there's a. So the incident is going on at the house next door to this red house right here, this red brick house.
correct.
And it would be, if you look center my vantage point right here, it would be that house behind those law enforcement agencies. And it's amazing because when you first got on the scene, Steve, it was nowhere near the number of law enforcement agents that
No,
are.
it was probably nine units on the scene when I first
Uh,
made it here,
uh,
and on this side I counted at least 35, and I couldn't tell you what was on the other side. Again, we want to thank the men and women in uniform for all the hard work that they do, for all the sacrifices that they make, for all the long hours that they work. We want to thank their spouses and significant others for being patient with them, and we ask your continued prayers to these men and women in uniform.
in addition, guys, we also want to say, you know, as we work these kinks out on the scene, this was a scene right here today. It gave us the ability to practice. And so we appreciate y'all being with us. We appreciate y'all sticking with us through the little bloopers that we had and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you.
James, that lit fingers zoom in thing don't work on this program. But as soon as we get more sponsors and stuff like that, we can invest in more technology so we can
Uh,
bring you all a better program.
yeah, yeah. We got a pretty good clear view of them on this side. Let me take a picture of what your vantage point is. That's your vantage point from coming down Weathermark.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And this vantage point right here is coming from Aspen Dental.
And you do know that we do have to was asked to move to a far away distance from where we were located early. It sounds as though some doors are being sound like some destruction is taking place on that other side. I just want you to know. You guys can't hear it, but we can.
Now, from over on this side, it's hard to hear anything from as far away as we are.
When you run into your law enforcement agencies personnel, please make sure you tell them thank you for all the hard work that they do. You know, only 2% of them are out there for the wrong reasons, but
Oh,
majority of them
listen,
out there for the right. Less than
let's
less than two
let's
percent. Less
listen.
than 2%. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah,
But the majority of them out there for the right reasons.
yeah.
See, our fire chief Sam I am is on the scene.
So, Steve, if you want somebody, yeah, well, you just said, I'm just looking at the last comment that you had up on the screen.
Oh, I forgot about those comments, Jack. I apologize.
No, I was just doing, but yeah, that one is too many to even begin to. Somebody say, who is Sam? Sam is the chief of the fire chief.
And somebody said that we forgot to thank the service canines for all that they do. I'm sure they get some good treats and some plenty of air conditioner. But when it's time to work, I'm sure they work as just as
But
hard.
you see, the mayor of the city of Alexandria is actually on the scene.
This is the second time we actually seen the mayor of the city on any crime scene since he's been in office.
It's generally in the western, it's in the western side of Alexandria when you see him.
I'm afraid you're right. Hmm.
Well, Acadian ambulance is actually moving in. Uh,
Now, Jack, I'm gonna have to tell you to stop shouting out all those names.
uh, yeah, he look like he's beckoning them in.
Gotcha. Now, I,
And
I have not heard any commands in these last few minutes.
well, I tell you, Acadian is on the scene, and it appear the chief and the mayor is walking uh, up toward the incident as we speak.
Yeah. Now, I do hear some.
Hmm. Had who in handcuffs? I did. Huh? Which where you live? Oh, the brick house right to the right? Yeah, okay. Hmm. All of this is over a guy with a BB gun. Oh, wow.
Wait,
Can't verify that, but a person standing out here on the scene just said this is all over a guy off his meds without a BB. I guess I ain't even try to repeat
gotcha. But
it.
they did say a warrant was they did have a warrant in hand.
Mm.
And for all y'all dog lovers, K9 officer uh, has been put back in the comforts of his air conditioner home. So he is able to rest peacefully right now.
This lady is a tad bit upset because she can't get to her house.
I do understand.
Hmm. When you see when something like this happens, Steve, you can just see all of the assets and resources that we actually have here on the scene and the amount of money this is costing us per hour
Oh, yeah.
to take care of one of these. You're talking about an economic impact this alone. Now, some of these guys were going to be at work themselves, but when you think these probation and parole officers who, for the most part, they work a normal 8 or 10 hour day shift and they're still here. And these other guys and I hear, like I said, you see police units all the way back as far as where Myron Lawson State Farm office, and I know I'm saying these names, but I'm just trying to give you an idea uh, where we are, and then probably further around. Okay, so,
Jack, I'm
but
seeing a lot of officers head to their vehicles. So I'm not sure if this
we
situation
don't
has
know
been
the exact
contained or if it's over or what. Are they taking a break?
Mhm. Yeah, I do see some movement over on this end. I see Alexander Fire Department is actually coming.
I see traffic is actually flowing through again.
Oh, okay. So maybe they have Yeah, traffic is actually flowing through on the BOTD has moved, and so traffic is actually flowing through on the through this traffic circle here, as you can see. So traffic now is actually flowing north through the traffic circle. It's also flowing right here on the service road from where the daiquiri shop is up to where uh,
So the situation appeared to be
clearing up.
over or
Hmm.
clearing up. I wonder if we can get a statement from the mayor.
You might be you closer to him than I am.
Let me ask the officer, is the situation clear? If so, I'm going to walk that way. I think the individual is in custody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard somebody over here said that that they may have been in there as well.
I, situation cleared?
Unknown right now.
Unknown. It's unknown if the situation is cleared.
It's a lot that are certainly right here. They have. We don't know. We do know that apparently whatever the threat was is not as strong as it was because right now they are allowing the traffic. Just about 5 minutes ago, the traffic wasn't even allowed. You weren't even allowed to do what you're doing. So hopefully it is clearing up some. But there's there has not been any all clear or anything as of yet. No, that's not the thing out there. I just didn't know what to do with it. Could have been. That's what it could have been. You're welcome. Have a good day. Yeah, so for all of you guys who may need to go somewhere or need to travel here on MacArthur Drive, right now traffic appear to be um, flowing north from South MacArthur Drive to North MacArthur Drive and onto Masonic Drive now as well.
It appeared to be officers are leaving. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that it's safe to say that the situation has been cleared. Uh,
Mm.
my goal is to see if I can make it to the mayor and ask, do you have any statements or any comments about the situation? And when can we receive information
Pertaining to what
concerning
was
this?
going on,
Exactly. I think
he gonna
not
show
yet.
his power and
Okay.
we won't hear anything.
Officer told me I couldn't go back down there yet because
Oh, okay.
even though it appeared to be clear, but I'm act like I'm in one of them ball games in a minute and yell out there, Mr. Roy, do you have any comments?
Miss Jasmine, I see your comment out there. He said, "Do we thank them for the ass whippings and injustice too?" I would say to you that although some of those things do occur, one of the things that we have to be mindful of is wrapping all of law enforcement into that small percentage of those that really make their profession look horrible. And so, we just want to be really careful with saying it. Don't get me wrong. If we see something, we're damn sure we're gonna dang on sure say what we see. But what we don't want to do is just loop everybody into the same uh, description. We want to try to make sure we're calling a spade a spade.
I'm trying to see. I don't know if it's open up or not yet at this time on this end, but it appears that the situation is over. But
Mm-hmm.
just waiting on permission from law enforcement to actually go past this
Barricade. That
barricade. Well,
that perimeter, whatever they got, that invisible
yeah,
line that's going
that
on over
invisible
there.
line. You're right.
Somebody was holed up in a house over here, and they tried to get it clear.
So is the owner of that house is actually returning uh, to that house to retrieve her dog. So
Is,
they are letting
is
her come down this way.
is that the lady that had the
Loud
what did
color
y'all call
hair.
it, Fido? Fido?
No, she has a little small dog.
Oh,
So
okay, that's different.
so they're allowing people to walk in this direction, but for some reason I'm not allowed to walk in that direction.
Mm.
Uh, and sometimes you have to think that it's orchestrated.
All right, Miss O'Connor, you say thanks, Urban Cash, for the coverage. Go on to cook now and get a drink. I think I think I'm gonna do the same thing, get a drink as well. And I've been trying to stay off the sugars, but tonight I think I need one. But no, I already had my little dessert today.
Mayor Rod, do you have any comments? I will let this lady walk behind me so I won't get her on camera. How you doing?
You don't bother that man, because he even though we don't want to have nothing to do with him, he'll make like it.
We still asked to remain back behind this invisible line. Oh, baby, I got it held up. So I'm panning the camera towards the ground because individual that lives in that house is in footage in view. So I just want to respect her privacy. Do have animal control on scene because she did have two pets in the house, and they one of them appeared to smell like some type of gas. So she's trying to get her dogs checked out.
Colin, Michelle, I see your question. You say, what's your thoughts on the bill the governor wants to sign about being allowed to film the police, but must be 25 feet away and can be arrested if not? If they ask you to step back, we don't have no problem. That's one
No,
of the reasons I'm standing right now, probably a good 300 yards away from the action, and you guys see what's going on. You're gonna always have those officers who are gonna abuse the process, and don't want you to see what's actually going on. But then you're gonna also have those that don't have a problem with you covering what's going on as well. So we've never had any issues on the scene, and we are able to get the information to you guys. So I don't foresee us having any issues as it relate to this new law. And it'll be tested before it's all said and done, and we'll just see. When we're on scene, we do realize that when they're in a tactical situation and they need to do something, we need to get out our way. Not only out our way for our safety, but also That's the most important thing. But in addition to that, we don't want to get in their way of doing anything. So when they say 25 feet, I clearly understand what that 25 feet is, and I don't think it's going to pose a problem at all. I think it's just a much to do about nothing. Some legislator wanted to say, hey, they authored a bill. 25 feet. What's the difference between 25 feet when you think about it? Other than them having the authority to tell you to move back 25 feet, you can do any 25 feet with an iPhone these days. That's not a problem. So I'm not gonna even let it phase me. But that's a good question. Still an active scene, but we definitely believe that the scene is being cleared up at this time.
Now, from my vantage point, the homeowner and some other people are able to come back and forth in this area, but we're still asked to stay behind the perimeter for whatever reason. And I don't know if it's because we're with media or if it's still pose a threat of the individual. Now, these are some
Do I need to put you on the big screen?
you can.
All right.
Oh, that's animal control. Uh, the individual with her two dogs that reside at the
That's
residence.
fine.
I was checking out these two uniforms that I haven't seen earlier, but that's animal control. It did have two canine, two 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 dogs in the house uh, that appear to have been gassed as well, and they do have animal control on the scene to
Okay.
check those dogs out. The homeowner is here with them, so she did say that somebody was in the house. Uh, some adult was in the house with the two dogs.
Here's another question, Steve. He says, if you can't get jocks to say something, Chad, APD's chief, may be willing to give you an official statement. I'm assuming someone with will have to give a statement considering how long this took and the closure of the circle. That's a possibility. If it's up to, for whatever reason, I believe if it was a Chad, I think Chad would. Be in full disclosure, but I think Chad also is limited with what this administration is allowing him to do. Because I do want to commend Chad. So if you're listening there, I do want to commend them for being the only department that's within the city of Alexandria that's consistent with following, their policies for disseminating information. APD is the only one. So no other department, the public works, horrible.
It it
The
it,
utility
it looks
department, horrible. I mean, we have ball advisories, and people don't even know anything about it. And that's dealing with people's public safety as well. I mean, you have things that are going on within the community, upon the community development. People don't know what's going on. There's a huge lack of communication. So, I think if another department, the fire department, if we call them and ask for stuff, but I think it's just the nature of what they do, and they know what their other folks are at liberty to do. So they they give you the information much more freely and information. So you know a big shout out to them.
as you can see from this end, everybody appeared that this scene is cleared. You do have a paramedic provider that's going in. You do have Alexandria Fire Department, and you do have Jock Roy has left the scene. Uh, so I'm still not able to go in that area for whatever reason. But it appears that the situation
No, no problem.
has been cleared up.
How you doing today? It's good. Yeah, it looked like it's clearing up.
We do want to thank all our viewers for hanging in there with us. Uh, Again, we can't do this stuff without you guys. We ask that if you come across a situation, make sure that you, first of all, get yourself in a safe situation. And then once you're in a safe situation, if you're able to hit that record button or take a few pictures, please do that so we can document that a situation did occur and let the public know.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And somebody said they always turn their backs on involved in it all. They got it right, Steve. Involved
Hmm.
in it all is at the core of everything that we do. Mr. Devereaux, we didn't give we didn't go on no tirade. We just told you what the deal was on information being shared in our community. It is what it is.
You know, some folks might say it's a tirade when you speak facts
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we make sure that we send emails to the administration and follow all their requests, but we don't get anything back in return.
yeah. And not only, but some of the other media outlets are saying the same thing, Steve. It's not just us. They just
No, it's
they
not just us.
no, it's not just us. They just they know that their funding is tied to everything, and so they just lay off, and that's what we end up. That's what we end up with. Perhaps a lot of people are saying what the mayor should do. Perhaps if more people start attending the city council meetings and demanding our governor officials tell us what the hell is going on in our community, maybe we'll get more information. But I think it's going to take all of us. And if people think I'm fussing or on a tirade right now, so be it. You got a choice. I tell you what, Steve, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, Steve, it's gone. It looks like the situation is under control at this point. So we're going to see if we can send a couple of emails, see what we can find out. And as soon as we find out more detailed information, we'll update this post and probably put another. So I guess I'm going to have to get on back and go do some more catching up on some of the other things that have happened here in town. Again, we want to definitely say thank you guys for joining us this evening. If you could just do us a big favor, give us a share, give us a like. Make sure that this helps us to make sure we get information out to the general public. And look for us at, I think there's an upcoming Gator meeting, also the next city council meeting in 2 weeks from today. We'll definitely bring those live to you as well. Y'all have a great evening. Remember to stay vigilant, stay safe.